My nephew tugged my sleeve and whispered, "Uncle Ryan, Mom said this is your seat." He pointed at a plastic table in the corner. 6 paper plates, cartoon napkins, 3 booster seats, 1 chair so low my knees hit before I even sat down. I was 39 years old, inside a mountain house outside Gatlinburg, Tennessee, with the weekend paid from my account and the reservation under my name. And my family had put me at the kids' table. Across the room, my younger brother Chase sat beside my mother like he had booked the place, paid for the food, and carried the family. He lifted his iced tea and said, "Ryan's fine over there. He's better when he doesn't have to be the center of attention." A few people laughed because they thought it was safe. My dad looked down. My mother gave me that small warning look. "Please don't start." So I sat. I said nothing. Chase thought silence meant I had no answer. He didn't understand it meant I was counting. Mom was turning 60, and I wanted one peaceful weekend where she didn't have to cook, clean, or apologize for anyone. I found the house, booked it, paid, ordered the food, and sent everybody the address. I didn't do it for praise. I just wanted my mother to feel loved. But 3 days before we arrived, Chase started acting like the weekend belonged to him. Friday afternoon, my door code didn't work. I stood on the porch with grocery bags while relatives watched from the driveway like I was the guest who showed up late. Chase opened the door after 5 minutes. "Oh yeah," he said. "I changed the code so things stayed organized." He didn't give me the new one. He took one bag and called over his shoulder, "Ryan's room is downstairs by the laundry." I almost corrected him. Then Mum came around the corner, smiling and tired, so I swallowed it. That was my first mistake. At dinner, Chase turned that mistake into a stage. Before anyone ate, he thanked everyone for trusting him with the weekend. Then he looked at Mom. "You deserved a birthday where nobody made you worry about money, plans, or drama." His eyes moved to me on the word drama. My little niece handed me a dinosaur fork and said, "You got the small one." That was almost funny. Almost. Then Chase said, "Some people helped in their own way, but I handled the house." The room accepted it because he said it from the big table. I could have called him a liar, but from that tiny chair, I would look exactly the way Chase needed me to look. So I passed a juice box and cut my nephew's chicken. Halfway through dinner, my phone buzzed under the table. It was the rental host. "Hi Ryan, confirming again that you do not want the receipt transferred to Chase. He has asked twice." I stopped chewing. Then another message came in. He also asked if checkout notes could go to him only, since he said you were not the main family contact. I looked across the room. Chase was smiling while my aunt praised him for stepping up. He wasn't only stealing credit, he was trying to erase the record before the weekend ended. I texted the host, "Please keep everything under my name. Can you send me what he asked?" She sent screenshots. The last one made my hand tighten. Chase had written, "Ryan paid early, but I'm managing the family side. It'll be cleaner if they see me as primary." Cleaner, like my name was dirt on a receipt. That night, I tried the decent way first. I found Dad on the back deck and showed him the receipt. He read it and said, "Your brother said you paid the deposit and then got difficult." That sentence landed harder than the kids' table. Chase had not only lied, he had prepared an explanation for my proof. Dad handed my phone back like it was something hot. "Don't do this on your mother's birthday weekend." That was my first failed move. I had the truth, and it still made me the problem. So I stopped trying to win one person at a time. Saturday morning, Chase placed a small basket near the coffee maker with envelopes in it. On the front, he had written, "For Mom's weekend costs, give to Chase." I stared at it. My aunt dropped 2 envelopes inside before breakfast. My uncle said, "Least we can do after all he spent." My cousin Beth added, "I already sent him $300 last night." This was not just credit anymore. He was collecting money for a weekend I had already paid for. Chase looked at me over the rim of his mug. That look was the second table. Not plastic this time, worse. I picked up the basket. Chase said, "Careful." The room turned. I saw names written on unsealed envelopes, then set it back down. Chase smiled because he thought I was scared. I was. Not of him, of what would happen if Mom realized her birthday had become a collection jar. At noon, I asked the rental host for one thing: a guest summary showing the reservation name, payment status, and authorized contact. She said she could email it, but she did not want to be in a family fight. I said, "You don't have to be, I just need the official record." Then I made my only real move. I asked Mom for a birthday thank you circle Sunday morning before checkout, while everyone was still together. She smiled and said, "That sounds nice." Chase heard it from the hallway. His face changed for half a second. Then he smiled too. "Perfect," he said. "I actually have something to say." Sunday morning, he went first. Of course he did. Everyone stood in the living room with packed bags and coffee cups. Chase put the envelope basket on the coffee table. "I just want to say, Mom matters enough that some of us don't keep score." He looked right at me. "Some of us just step up." My aunt nodded. My dad's face stayed blank. Then Chase lifted the basket. "And for anyone who wanted to help cover what I handled, thank you." That was the near loss. If I spoke, I looked jealous. If I stayed quiet, he left with the money and the story. Mom said, "Ryan, please, not now." I hadn't even opened my mouth. That was when it finally burned. I said, "Okay." Chase relaxed. I reached into my folder and took out one page. Not all of it, just one page. "Before anyone gives Chase anything," I said, "I want him to say one sentence in front of everyone." He laughed. "Here we go." I looked at him. "Say you paid for this house." The room froze. Chase shook his head. "I handled it." "No," I said. "Say the sentence." My aunt snapped. "Ryan, stop attacking him." Chase took the opening. "This is exactly what I meant. He can't let Mom have one peaceful moment." For 5 seconds, he had the room again. Then my nephew, still holding the dinosaur plate from Friday, said, "But Uncle Ryan was on the paper." Everybody looked at him. His mother whispered, "What paper?" The kid pointed toward the entry table. "The paper by the door. It said Ryan." Chase moved first, too fast. He walked to the entry table and picked up the welcome sheet I had left there that morning. I had not hidden it. I had not framed him. I had only put the truth back where it belonged. He folded it once. I said, "Don't fold it." He stopped. My father crossed the room and took it from his hand. He read silently. Then his face changed. Mom said, "Read it." Dad did. Primary guest, Ryan Keller. Payment complete. Authorized contact, Ryan Keller. Nobody laughed now. Chase lifted both hands. "That only proves the booking. It doesn't prove what I did for the family." I nodded. "You're right." Then I handed Dad the screenshot. "The family side is this." Dad read the line out loud. "It'll be cleaner if they see me as primary." Chase said, "You're twisting that. I was trying to simplify things." I looked at the basket. "Then simplify this. How much did you pay?" He looked at Mom, Dad, and the envelopes. For the first time all weekend, the head of the table had no chair under him. My mother sat down slowly. "Chase," she said, "were you collecting money for something Ryan already paid for?" He opened his mouth, closed it. That silence was louder than mine had been. Beth said, "So the 300 was for nothing?" Nobody answered her. Nobody had to. My dad told everyone to take their envelopes back. Then he told Chase to return anything already sent before anyone left Tennessee. Chase stared at me like I had humiliated him. I said, "No, you used a children's table to make me look small. I used your own message to make the room accurate." He had nothing clean to say after that. By noon, everyone loaded their cars in silence. Mom came out last, holding the dinosaur plate in both hands. "I saw where they put you," she said. I waited. She said, I should have moved you. Yes, I said. Not angry, just true. 2 weeks later, Mom held a small dinner at her own place. No basket, no speech, no assigned corner. When I walked in, one empty chair waited beside her. My nephew ran over and asked, "Are you sitting with us this time?" I looked at the grown-up table. Then I looked at Chase, quiet near the kitchen doorway. I said, "Not this time, buddy." And nobody corrected me. Nobody laughed. Nobody moved my plate. I sat down. This time, nobody asked me to move.
So yeah, I hope you like this video, this fictional video. Do let me know what your thoughts are, and see you in the next cast. Thank you so much for watching.